food taster. Foodies, take note. Instead of taking your skills to the internet and starting a dead-end blog, why not take your sophisticated palate to the industry that needs it? Pet food tasting. You know you've eyed your dog's treats on those rough nights where nothing is defrosted. So before you take the dive the next time things get rough, why not get paid to chow down on some pet food? Probably because the concept sounds vile, and the starting annual salary of about $31,000 doesn't sound quite worth it. Between texture and taste, we can't imagine there are many positive points to diving in to a can of dog chow. Number 9. Tower Technician. You're 2,000 feet, or roughly 610 meters above the ground. Your life in the hands of a harness and your own balance. For an average of $21.27 per hour, your job is to manually climb the full length of the tower needing service, perform whatever lengthy maintenance is needed, then make the nerve-wracking and slow descent back down. According to the Occupational Safety and Health Administration in the United States, working as a tower technician puts you in one of the most hazardous positions, one that is far more dangerous than the construction industry. In 2014 alone, over 4,500 employees were killed on the job. Number 8. Seed Analyst. What job is more fun than spending your days watching grass grow? Well, as it turns out, just about everything. But then again, work isn't always supposed to be fun. As a seed analyst, a great day starts with a new blade of grass to get excited over. But a typical workday involves counting out hundreds of individual seeds, planting each seed individually, and measuring grass as it grows to ensure it's growing at the proper rate and to the right length. For a median annual salary of about $30,000, you too can watch grass grow. Number 7. Roadkill Removers. Of course, you feel terrible for hitting that deer, leaving its twitching body on the side of the road. But you should probably feel worse for the individual who now has the task of cleaning up that mess. Roadkill removers have one task: respond to calls about roadkill and remove the carcass before it poses a danger to other drivers or simply starts decomposing and melting into the pavement. When distress calls aren't filtering in, it's likely that they'll drive around looking for something to remove from the road. This skillless job can bring in a decent wage of about $15 per hour, but so do much cleaner jobs, jobs that don't require one to be covered in decomposing animal parts at the end of the day. Number 6. Deodorant Scent Tester. If you're thinking you'll get to just sit around and sample a series of different deodorant scents, you're in for a nasty surprise. You see, to properly sell a product, a company must know if it works. And in the world of deodorant, there's only one surefire way to determine functionality. These scent testers work for deodorant producers, sticking their noses in the armpits of dozens of different people. If the product actually works, the job isn't that bad. Now, if it doesn't work, well, then you're nose deep in a rather unpleasant experience. And you can't even be mad. You signed up for it. Number 5. Debt collection. You may be one of the nicest people on the planet, but the moment you sit down in your cubicle and start making phone calls to collect on an unpaid debt, you're suddenly a being so vile and foul that you must have been birthed from the devil's loins. Being a debt collector, whether for a credit company, government organization, or third-party company, is tough in so many ways, and for a median $13 per hour, it's not easy to justify being screamed and cursed at on a daily basis. Outside of possibly paving the way to become an accounts receivable manager 10 years down the line, there are few silver linings to debt collection, save for the occasional employee appreciation cookout. Number 4. Vomit Cleaning Crew. Amusement parks are scenes of fun, excitement, and thrills. But what happens when those thrills get to be a bit too much, and somebody loses their lunch, tosses their cookies, spews, hurls, heaves, pukes, yaks, barfs all over the ride? The park could call upon a regular janitor, or they can bring in somebody who is passionate about vomit removal, if such a person exists. One park that hired a vomit collector was Thorpe Park in England, which, in 1 year alone, saw 619 sick shutdowns on its rides. Number 3. Adult Theater Janitor. Think you could deal with the dregs of society stumbling into your establishment late at night looking for a cheap thrill? Want to possibly spend your evening cleaning up seminal fluid from already sticky floors? Well, maybe you should seek some professional help, because we have to assume everybody else views this employment opportunity as a grotesque, miserable experience. If you thought vomit collection was jarringly disgusting, imagine all of the fun surprises you'd find in a theater that specializes in playing adult movies all night. Number 2, sewage diver. For those that couldn't follow their passion of deep-sea diving, there's a great alternative. Sure, it may require you to be tolerant of the look and smell of human waste, but it's close enough, right? Sewage diving, though it sounds like an extreme sport, is actually the career of some unfortunate souls. And yes, it's exactly as it sounds. Sewage divers are dispatched to fix a range of mechanical issues, such as failed motors, within a lake of raw sewage and waste. The thick, viscous liquid offers no visibility, often making it imperative for a worker to perform essentially blind. The smell isn't even the worst part, as workers can be submerged in waste for hours on end until the job is 100% complete. Number 1, flatest odor judge. Love being stuck in an elevator with someone who just chowed down on some Taco Bell? Then this disgusting and thankfully temporary job is perfect for you. A Minneapolis gastroenterologist took odor studies to new heights when he hired 2 individuals to inhale around 100 samples of, well, human emissions. The 2 researchers were faced with rows of foul-smelling containers, which they opened, took a whiff of, died a little inside, and rated just how noxious the smell was. According to the man behind the madness, Michael Levitt, the study was important, stating that smell could be a potentially critical medical symptom. But if you ask me, it's possible that simply signing up to be a flatest odor judge is a critical medical symptom all its own.